So you have that kid who's not engaged at all, to the point where they've gotten themselves into a lot of trouble, and that trouble has landed them in an in-school suspension. Let me share with you a little scenario here. It's not too late. It's not too late to get that engagement back, and it's not too late to get that relationship. Oftentimes, we want to build relationships and culture in the classroom by saying, who has a dog and what's your favorite thing to eat and what do you like to do on Saturday morning? When if we have a child who just didn't respond to that and they land themselves in an in-school suspension situation, this is opportunity. Sit down with that child and start having a conversation. This happened to me. I was sitting in an in-school suspension, just having a conversation with a kiddo, and he starts talking. He was at first very upset because he'd been, put there for whatever his behavior was, and it was obviously a big enough behavior to be an in-school suspension. But I didn't want to talk about that. I wanted to talk about him. And so as we got in a conversation, he started to tell me where he used to live and what he did and when he moved. And I said, oh my gosh, I think I've been to that state. And he goes, you have? He said, did you know that we have this in that state where I used to live? And I said, yes, I think I do that. I do know, what you had in that state. I think I've driven through there. And the state next door is, and you get where I'm going. We just started talking all about where this child had lived before they are where they are now. And suddenly, I saw a whole different side of this child, and we had this great conversation back and forth. Now, some people would say, oh my gosh, that's not supposed to happen in school. But remember, in school is not only holding a child accountable, it's also a place where we provide intervention. And building a relationship is intervention. So now what I know is that after that conversation, and I said, okay, thanks for sharing that with me. I learned a lot, and it's great how we have that in common. And then he got back to work and doing what he was supposed to do. I know now if that child was in my classroom, I would have more engagement and I'd be less likely to have repeat behaviors that would escalate to the point of in-school suspension. So it is never too late to increase engagement through relationship, even if it happens as a result of a consequence.